There's still time for him to say, all right, I will get out. But he doesn't show any signs of it.
Secretary Weinberger, you were credited with the military buildup which is being put to use. But there is one area which has come to a lot of criticism. We have to go to Baghdad, Secretary. We're going to Bernard Shaw in Baghdad.
This is... something is happening outside. Peter Arnett joined me here. Let's describe to our viewers what we're seeing. The skies over Baghdad have been illuminated. We're seeing bright flashes going off all over the sky. Peter?
Well, there's anti-aircraft gunfire going into the sky. We hear the sound of planes coming over our hotel. However, we have not yet heard the sound of bombs landing, but there's tremendous lightning in the sky.
Animation,
like
award of Gulf animation.
I have a sense, Peter, that people are shooting towards the sky.
Start rolling all kinds of masks back there from here on
see
out.
what they're shooting at. This is extraordinary.
We want a live fun on this per Tom. Let's get one on there.
Downtown Baghdad are still on. But as you look, you see trails of flashes of light going up into the air, obviously anti-aircraft fire.
No, nobody's
We're
got
getting starbursts, seeming starbursts in the black sky. We have not heard any jet planes yet, Peter. No plane. Now the sirens are sounding for the first time. The Iraqis have informed us.
They just cut the line. Get the French on the air.
We're coming back to French.
Keep it prepaid.
Well, we heard Peter Arnett saying the Iraqis have informed us, and then we didn't hear anymore. This is probably just a technical glitch. They have 4 wires there that they can use, and those wires can
Find
be
out where you're
easily
going from here.
severed or pulled. It wasn't clear from that report whether this was a reaction to the real thing or was the real thing.
What are the wires saying?
Secretary
Come on, Charlie.
Weinberger here. Sir, you heard that?
Yes.
What's your immediate...
I would guess, since they haven't heard any planes at all, that they're probably
Is he
shooting
on
at
IFB?
what conceivably
Weinberger?
could be a false alarm. The long streams of stars.
Weinberger said it's a false alarm.
Already described is undoubtedly tracer fire going up. But if they have no targets,
Bernie.
seeing largely as some kind of a false alarm, that's essentially what this could sound like. It could mean that the attack has started.
Aaman, are you on here?
Let's break in just to say now and repeat what we heard from Baghdad before we lost communication.
I need Aaman now, if they can tell me anything. Who's in Aaman? Where's Saudi Arabia?
The 14-story hotel, I believe, that our headquarters is in Baghdad, that they were seeing flashes in the sky.
I need Aaman, I need Saudi Arabia, I need the White House, I need the Pentagon.
They described it as flashes like anti-aircraft fire. They also said they heard no sound of jet planes. And we assume they heard nothing that sounded like a bomb that could come from any plane.
It's Peter Hume, the producer, talking to you.
And we can't possibly
Peter, it's Bob Fernand. Do you hear me?
Connected to Baghdad.
White House and Pentagon are ready. You have to tell through your director to punch it up.
Went off.
Who are they? Peter Hume, it's Bob Fernand. Are you there?
Started shooting in the sky. You know how that can happen.
You need to switch. What can you tell us?
Indeed, there's one variant.
I can tell you very little, Bob. There's no evidence of any sort of action or reaction from where I am sitting here.
All right, I'm going to come to you. Stay with me. What's Washington tell you about Blitzer? Is he ready? Does he have anything?
Do you have anything, Dave?
This really were the opening of an air attack on Baghdad.
You got Peter Hume in Aaman. You got an Aaman map with Peter Hume?
You can believe that all of our resources are now
Go get the air check and cue it back up to Shaw's
old workplace at the Pentagon right now. Wolf, what have you for us at this moment?
Any indications here at the Pentagon that war may be beginning right now, that the president
Where's the
may be
second
going on
line?
television later this
I need the
evening to
second and
explain
third
what
lines
exactly
out of Washington
is going
now.
on. We've been hearing these rumors now all day, no confirmation, but in the last hour...
Where's your second line, Andre?
The activity level here at the Pentagon has clearly increased.
Well, can they show French? Holloman.
More defensive
Baghdad is to go to Baghdad right now, Dave. David.
Officials are clearly gearing up.
Baghdad back on the phone.
Drop it now, Wolf.
Here we go. Hello, in Baghdad again. No, we don't have any response from Atlanta right now on our forward, but we are sending to them.
Okay, hello,
Go ahead,
Baghdad.
John. I'm recording.
This
Go
is-
ahead. I can hear you and can record.
Go.
Please come in to us from Baghdad. This is David French in Washington.
Go ahead,
All right,
Baghdad.
we've lost that for a moment. Back to the
Quiet now.
Wolf, you were
They're
just
there. Go
reporting
to
this
them.
week
Kill his mic. Will you kill Washington?
Hello, Atlanta.
Tell him to go. Go
This
ahead.
is Holloman. I don't know whether you're able to hear me now or not.
Live on this,
I'm going to
please.
talk to you as long as I can. The skies of Baghdad have been just filled up with sounds of gunfire here tonight.
Shut up, Blitzer. Let me see. Let me see French. Don't you hear air down there? Don't you hear what's on the air, folks? They're not getting IFB in Washington. Why is that?
We have to continue speaking with you as long as we can here. At this point,
You got a problem. You guys are not hearing IFB. Your people are not hearing
Our
Parliament.
two listening posts will continue talking as long as we're able to do that.
You're not hearing it now?
We have some hope that you're able to hear us, although those
Well, now listen, goddammit.
are in
Don't dance. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking
not
about.
be able to get back from Atlanta, at least for the time being.
You hearing this, David?
We'll continue shooting out of the airport. Okay.
Well, just keep monitoring
It's
this,
a
David. You may need to get in at some point.
Yeah, all right. Bob Wiener, our producer, says that from the sounds of things, they are the attack, if there is an attack on Baghdad, is occurring near Saddam International Airport. We're going back over to the window now.
Scott Wolf will
See
wear
what we
those
can
pieces
see.
I asked you
There have
about.
been some sirens here tonight, but we still have seen no signs of any airplanes coming in here. All we are seeing is the Iraqis response to the ground.
Let's get Saudi Arabia.
Hear the sound of bombs in the background. Working on the microphone out the window. I think you'll be able to hear this sound.
Secretary Weinberg.
What's he doing? Get rid of French! Who the hell told you to open D.C.? My director did! David, come on, let's listen to this. The hell with the interview for right now. This is what's going on live. Hello?
Bernie, tape is back there, Bob.
The night sky of Baghdad. The time here about 20 minutes till 3 in the morning.
You have that Baghdad map?
I'm getting away from the window here now. I can see more and more troops around very close to our broadcast.
I need maps. I need Baghdad maps
There's
right
some big
now.
graphics. It's already been shot.
We can,
Big photo, the aerial photo.
and get some response from CNN down the line.
Open French's mic. Open French's mic. Talk to him, David.
John Holman, this is David French in Washington. If you're hearing now, we have been copying all that you said with the activity out near Saddam International Airport. It's our desire to continue with you there as long as you are able. So, John, bring back the sound if you can.
Go to Blitzer in the meantime.
He's dead.
Blitzer.
It's gone.
Right, we're not immediately
Guys.
able to pick up, to resume that sound from John Holloman's position, so we will now.
Somebody going to be rolling on that and turning it around?
Yes.
Map is already in B Control Studio, the big one.
Before I came into the studio here at the Pentagon, I had a chance to see two very senior Pentagon officials almost running through the halls, going up to Secretary Cheney's office. Let's go back to Baghdad and see what John Holloman is reporting in the meantime.
There's a response here as if the city were under attack. The night sky filled with a hail of bullets and from anti-aircraft guns, and off in the distance you can hear what appears to be bombs of some kind hitting the ground, or perhaps artillery shells.
81-170.
Best Baghdad map is in the Washington Bureau.
That's Baghdad. I don't know what you can tell.
map looks like. The airport is up north of that and west of
29, 60 telling you what we
Go ahead, go to it.
We got the map in there. Can we shoot it? Map's in B control.
Camera 11 in B control.
Shoot it.
Hi there. Is it possible to call United States, please? All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. We don't know. It's we got light. We don't know.
If there's somebody inside,
What are you
just
looking for,
roll out,
Robert?
just turn it
Tell
around.
him he's on. He doesn't know he's on.
John, you're
Can't
on.
hear.
Keep going.
You
You're on
can't hear,
here.
David. Stop.
I told you I was running closer between 2 and 3, didn't I? Nobody listened.
They don't know they're on.
We got it out of it. 5 or 10 minutes.
Voice over. When I tell you, we're monitoring what is obviously an open line from our folks in Baghdad. Stand by, David.
All right. And I know we still don't have any idea whether you can hear us. Aaman again in Baghdad. We'll continue to watch. They're shooting up into the night sky. I'm going to leave our microphone in the window on the hope that you're able to hear what we have here. We're going to try to evacuate our room, but we'll let you listen in.
They're leaving the room and they're going to put that in there. Did you hear that?
Eddie, what you got? Fine, good idea.
Great show.
Don't say a word yet. Don't say a word yet. Do not open his mic until I tell you. Clear?
All right, listen. I don't know if you can
Show me 17. Put 17 on the air.
We're just going to keep track of the 4 as much as possible.
That's not live. Get the live out of there.
It is live.
That's not.
No, tell Peter.
Give me a live audio. Give me a Baghdad live audio font.
We are just tracking the 4-1. All right, so just let the
Baghdad audio. That's all you need. Just Baghdad audio. Go ahead.
Bob says Baghdad city map.
Bob, there's a better map up there.
On router 10, he's trying to shoot it. On router 10, he's trying to shoot it.
Fine. Tell me when it's ready. Yes, router 10. Tell me when it's ready. I can see your map.
Your map says Baghdad city map so people know what they're looking at.
Fine. I'm going to go to Blitzer. Right now I'm going to listen to this noise. I need you to take that map and tighten up on the airport.
North and west.
I would think. I don't know, though.
Stay where you are. Don't go anywhere.
Listen, Bob is calling this, you guys.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Now, make me up a Baghdad audio. That's it. That's it. Go to Blitzer. David French, take me to Blitzer. Go to French.
Baghdad for Aaman.
An open microphone
Well, that's
from
they're calling for
Baghdad,
Aaman.
hotel now being hotel room now being left by Shaw, Peter Arnett, John Holloman, and their support staff there. There is a bomb shelter in that hotel. We heard them report earlier today. Back to the Pentagon and Wolf Blitzer.
David, all day long we've been hearing rumors that the attack would start at night, Baghdad time. That
Why
the
is
attack
Peter
that
yelling
did
at them?
come would try to take advantage
Danny,
of U.S.
Danny,
Why is
by
Peter
the
yelling
Dan?
at Margaret?
especially
Tell
with the
French in
radar
his
evading
ear.
stealth
If
fighters.
he hears
This, in
somebody
fact,
saying
signals
Baghdad
real things,
Aaman,
from
it
those
is
Audio is back.
This is Rick's audio.
When Peter yells at them, it goes on the air, Margaret.
We got Holloman back there.
We're looking out.
We got Holloman.
Let's go back to
Go to
Over the city,
17.
the shooting has stopped temporarily.
Go to,
There's one
now
bus
give me the
now
Holloman
on the
graphic.
street down below.
Put it
We
in.
got it,
It's
Margaret.
moving
Put the live bug in.
Bob, you got a much better map in Washington and Baghdad. It identifies the hotel and the palace.
No firing
Let's see
underway
it.
at present, as far as we can
Well, they're
tell.
not.
No signs of any traces. And
Well, I'm putting on
there's
fire.
still
Come
light
into your
on
stay.
throughout the
Freeze
city of
that
Baghdad.
shot, will you please, Dan?
Well,
Freeze the shot on the airport and leave it. I want to use your map shot.
Type up a top left downtown Baghdad. I don't know if we'll use it or not. Type it up.
Put it on fiber 2.
4
Map.
million people.
Put the map on fiber 2.
No, we'll use the bug later.
Like bomb blast.
Just have it written, not live, just downtown Baghdad, top left. I don't know if we'll
All
use
right,
it.
Baghdad is beginning
Now
to be
give me a
blacked out
Baghdad
now.
audio with the red line and the live on 16. Yes.
And
Guys, what's the
we're
word?
gonna
Any
go
chance
back
to
to
get
the
Janko
window.
up?
All right, fine.
and
Get rid of the live in that
over
fine.
the city
Baghdad
to
audio.
see
Trying to get him, he's not there.
No, not that live. The live word.
from our vantage point.
Copy.
And
Trying to get
there's
who?
really, at this point,
Jacob,
Gateway is available, but stick
there has
with
been an
that.
actual attack. You see
What?
many things
Go ahead.
aflame, many
Hold,
things
tell
burning.
DC to hold the
No
map
signs of
still,
that at all.
please.
We heard some sounds of
Charles,
what
you
appeared to be explosions
If
like
you got a
bombs
map
off
down
in
there,
the
you can
distance,
show
perhaps
me of
just
Aaman,
beyond
of
the airport,
downtown
which is,
Baghdad,
10 or 15 miles from the hotel where we're located right now.
Washington, D.C.
What
You
higher-
hear?
No sign of fire as we look out toward the west or the southwest.
What
You don't have one? I told you you got one there.
Lights are going out over the
Go
city.
ahead and go to the map and put the
What
right
is an
font
apparent
in.
attack on the city of Baghdad continues.
Well, everybody's dead. We're all live now. We're not going to go to
I'll
programming.
once again put our microphone in the window so that if you're able to hear us, you'll be able to hear the sound on the outside.
26.
Yes, go ahead. Put it in.
I don't know yet, John.
Charles Z, we need a copy.
Scott Wolf will tell me when
Charles
those
Zewe.
pieces ready.
Do you want a downtown
With
Baghdad top
Daron?
left on
Everybody
that?
talking
I
on the
don't know
phone
what
with
that
Daron.
is.
What's he got to say?
The script for the two that I have so far are right under Charlie there. I'm getting you more now.
These are packages.
Yes, I know. I asked for them.
There they are. Can we have a downtown
Somebody
Baghdad
have the
top
Daron
left on
minder.
that?
Have the
Nobody
Daron
knows
minder.
that.
Get
Give me
on
a
the
top
Daron.
left downtown Baghdad. Yes.
Hold on, Margaret, speak. Margaret, speak.
David French, get
what
me
can
the
he
beer
give us?
bar. Be ready to be interrupted. They go back to Baghdad.
Go ahead,
Let's
Andre,
go ahead and do it
begin.
now.
Sounds of Baghdad for a moment, or perhaps we can have them lightly in the background as we go to the White House and
Go ahead to him on camera.
Charles, your perspective there.
Hold on, let me talk to Fernand.
Put the live White House in.
Reporters were standing outside White House spokesman Marlon Fitzwater's office watching the television as those reports came
Aaman
across
can't add
from
anything. Do you want
Baghdad.
them
We all
to suck
listened
their thumbs for a while?
to the
Well,
reports
I'm
from
all right
James
right now.
Burns and John, Mr. Fitzwater was
I'd
really like to
inside
hear
the
what
office
we're
with
hearing.
the
We're
door
hearing nothing in
watching
Saudi?
the same reports.
Hold
He
on, what?
emerged from his office a few minutes later, heading for the...
gonna do
You
an
got the
affiliate
big
thing.
live
Now
font
with
disc in here with everything made up? All the
Mr.
live
Fitzwater
fonts
would
were made
say
up
is,
for
"I'll
war.
tell
Are they
you
in?
As soon as I can. We have
You
had
hear that,
no
Fitzwater thing with the
indication,
president
has
watching
no
us?
indication from here that any
What?
action is as yet underway.
we might
No
have something
Yeah,
to
Fine, I tell
explanation
Fernand.
as to just what it
This
is
is
that
official.
going
The Joint
on in
Information
Baghdad
Bureau and
at this
Daron, they
point.
have
David,
no
that is all I
confirmation,
can
no
tell you right
official
now.
information on an
All right,
attack.
thank you, Charles. We'll go back to
That's
Wolf
from Miller from the
Pentagon
Joint
for
Information
something more.
Bureau.
Wolf.
David, all day long there have been indications as well that the U.S. Air Force
Joint
was trying
Information
to see
Bureau,
exactly
write this
how far
down,
it could
Dan.
go in trying to
Joint
help
Information
the
Bureau in Tehran has nothing official from the Defense Department. Is that the French?
Game plan, because it's now Thursday morning in
Holland's
Baghdad,
trying to listen
and
to us
because
now.
of
Talk to
Muslim
him.
sensitivities,
John, do you
there
hear
was a
me? It's Bob
reluctance to
Bernard.
begin this war on Friday, which is the holy day.
John Holloman Fernand. John Holloman
Penny, you talking to
Fernand.
me?
Caution everyone.
Hi, Bernard Holloman here. Let's talk.
Okay, we're going to come to you right now.
Here at the Pentagon, that
French
there's
now
also-
to
I'll tell you all
Holloman.
about it. We've had an attack here. I guess you know that.
French and see
Tell
what
him
else
we've
we
been
can
on
sorry,
the
say
air.
again,
He doesn't
Penny.
know,
You can
Bob.
still hear John Holloman in Baghdad, and we'll go listen in. He can't hear me, but we can hear
Yes,
him.
he can. He can hear you.
All right, we're told he can.
David, a miracle has happened. We are now able to hear you as well. My colleague Peter Arnett and I are here.
Close
at our,
French's mic.
in Baghdad
Your mic's
Bureau.
dead. I'll
So
call
I'm
for
going
you
to
when I
turn the
need you.
microphone on continuous transmit for a minute. Peter and I are going to
put
go
you
to the
down. Don't go
window
away, Dan.
where there has been an attack here in
All right.
Baghdad in the past.
Ziwi's doing an affiliate thing in 2 minutes. Should we roll on that kid? You want to turn it around?
Where is he?
He's in Daron. He's doing a news
I
source.
would say roll on every
Baghdad in the past 15
Steve
20 minutes.
Springer.
Just a second.
Make sure we roll on Ziwi. He's doing an affiliate thing. We
You
might
have
want
no
to turn it
idea.
around. And then we need
It's a
Jake
night
off
it is
as soon as
to hear your
possible
voice on
afterwards,
this,
all right?
Remarkable night. Peter, let's tell our viewers.
Peter Arnett,
what's
17.
happened here. You've got a lot of experience.
You got Arnett?
Coming up.
Where's Arnett?
Of course, from your years in Vietnam and other places. So, okay, John,
Where's the Arnett graphic? Don't argue with me, Andre, please. Go to it. Go to it. Go to it.
Around the government
Steve,
buildings erupted in fire.
somebody's
There must have
obviously
been
doing a war
200
call
guns
out,
firing
right?
into the sky. We did not
Okay.
see any aircraft
Trying to get Jake
around,
off
but we
as soon
did
as he
hear
restarts.
the
He's up in
alarm
2 minutes.
sirens.
I'm going to need a Jaco live font out of Saudi Arabia coming up.
Obviously bombing and
Who's on with Miller?
These are the possible places we've got to go, David.
All right, can we
We've
get
got
a-
to back
can we
up.
get a
Let's
conference
see
in
what
here?
we've got McNamara, what's going on in that side. I'm going to have Charles Jaco coming up out of Saudi Arabia.
Situation as possible. I've just seen
I'll tell you what, Charles, it's trouble tonight. I want to stay with Baghdad as long as I can.
Don't shout at the phone, pal, because I can barely hear Margaret. She's got something I need to hear.
More of that eerie
No, it's all right.
silence we were talking about before
I know.
this attack began on the main drag of Baghdad. We just saw one
Do
vehicle
it.
go by. There was
Do
a
it.
bus that went by about 10 minutes ago. The skies here were
I
filled
can't
with
see your
visible-
picture yet. I want to see a picture from
about 10
Daron
minutes
first,
ago,
Penny.
Just before we
Make
were
sure, hey,
all
listen.
these explosions, right now.
No, I mean, where the package
Hold on, before, just make sure
What's
you're,
in
Margaret,
playback?
Where we are has
I
been-
know what
you're
that
rolling
thing is
on
in
the
Router
alphabet camera
6.
in case something happens, right?
Is there an Iraqi forces by Randall and a U.S. air power by Lamont in there?
All right, tell me what we're going to hear.
Yes, no, maybe?
The Allied attack on Iraq.
Both of them? Okay, thank you.
Randall ready to go. Packages. Ready to go.
He's hurting me, okay? I really don't need to hear that.
Is Bernie all right?
Yes, reporting the same thing. Can you listen to that?
Who knows?
Wasn't Peter with him?
I'm going to open your mic, and I want you. I'm going to open your mic, and I want you to ask if everybody with the CNN crew is all right. Okay, David.
Have Doug call in on 1201.
Your mic's open.
That's our new beeper line, and we'll have him on standby. Doug James. He doesn't have anything to offer right now. But
Now would be an appropriate time to interrupt. He's going to interrupt.
For the multinational force to begin its strike, strike against Iraq. And
Pause,
tonight it
Peter.
has come, John.
That's right, Peter. I think you would be
John Holloman, can you pause?
To turn off our microphone for just a moment. We have our CNN colleagues, of course, all over the world. Perhaps, David French, some of our colleagues in other locations around the world may be able to tell us as much about what they know about this potential attack as we can tell looking out our window. Let us hear from you for a moment.
Well, John, let me ask you first, if all of our crew there, you and all are well, is everything all right with you aside from what's going on outside?
What?
Vaughn points out that when Holloman's talking, if you try to talk in his ear, he can't hear you. He can only listen or hear at the same time. He can only talk or listen. He can't do both on this forward.
No. You need to talk to them. I've got Dan on the phone since they don't have any.
All right, let's see what we have there.
He doesn't know anything about maps.
And all of us seem to be okay.
Has somebody gotten a hold of Hurley?
Got a cold. You can probably hear her coughing in the background.
Hey, listen, Steve Springer.
Central Saudi Arabia Air Base.
We have a report from
Somebody just lit up.
I'm telling you that. You're making the calls, right?
Reported.
IFB-34 just lit up.
Two networks are reporting that
Radar sites, and we expect much more to come down on us very soon. The attack lasted about 10 minutes. As I said, we are some distance from it. We did not see the explosions, but we heard the explosions very loud, and we did see traces going into the sky. John?
I'd like to interrupt, if I may. John, can you still hear me?
Dave, you asked us if we were okay. We are. What have you heard from the Pentagon or from other sources in Saudi Arabia about this attack?
John, I think you might have thrown it to me. I couldn't tell, but if you did, we have a radio pool report in from John Bascom. He's reporting that a squadron of F-15 fighter bombers has taken off from a base in central Saudi Arabia. The fighters, designed for long-range bombing at night, were completely loaded with bombs, according to this report, with missiles and with 20-millimeter guns. That report is from pool reporter John Bascom in Saudi Arabia. Do we have anything else imminent from our Baghdad line at the moment? Right, if
well,
not,
what we can do, yes, David, of course, is you know how it is at CNN correspondents like Arnett and Holloman and Bernard Shaw. If we can find him again, we can talk and we can describe what we see for long periods of time, and we're certainly willing to do that for as long as it's possible. I'm looking out the window of our hotel now. As I look to the south, I see that much of the city has been blacked out, but in a distance of 5 miles away, I suppose I can see a ring of lights off on the horizon. As I look out to the west and the southwest from my position, I can see, again, much of the city blacked out. There are no lights on the major telecommunications center in Baghdad, but it is still intact. It is still standing. As I look off more to the southwest, I can see a large section of the city that has not been blacked out. There is one broadcasting tower.
All right, he's got a pool report. Yeah, he's getting stand by. You can hear me talk to me. We're here. Get ready to Peter, what do you got?
One huge housing complex, many apartments. But I don't see many lights in the windows of the apartments, so they have had the blackout siren on. And the situation there is that
we'll need a fax. We'll need a fax of that pool report when you're done with it. Fax it.
Hey, let him hear I'm real hesitant to interrupt these guys.
After you're done with it, and you just stay there for
Basically, starting to see now. There is a sky is lighting up, I guess, to the south. With
fax it 3134.
Red, other flashes of yellow light. What seems clear is this city is...
Let's move her to the other side.
Fire. And we can only presume that because they have started up again with considerable rapidity, that there is another attack coming in. John?
Yeah, Peter, we can't We can't hear anything.
That's Holloman. Okay.
It looks like a 4th of July display at the Washington Monument.
The report was it was
We got Saudi on Jacob.
What?
No, we got
Where?
Jacob.
I know, but this is where it's happening, all right?
I know. Where? Yeah, stop, Steve. Jim Miller, I got you. Stand by. Jacob's on the standby. Go ahead, Steve.
That was a large airburst that we saw. It was filling the sky.
Jesus Christ. Why?
The telecommunications.
All right, it'll be 40 minutes before we see Israel. If they have anything, we need a beeper from them.
The center of this city.
Shit, it's coming
James
down in
called
the
it yet?
center of the city.
Is James calling yet?
Well, we'll be live, but
Scott,
we need to turn that.
is James
Do not alarm the public.
Peter,
If it
James
goes out, the
calling?
communications obviously are going to be broken. That doesn't necessarily mean anybody's
1201,
Behind the
1204 is
window
good.
here, we're about 3 miles from where the center of action at this point seems to be. The anti-aircraft.
I need a cup of black coffee with an equal, please, if there's an EA out there.
I'll take a black.
I guess the planes are circling and
Make
coming
that
back in
two.
eventually for more
CD,
time.
obviously we're sticking with bang. Keep gathering information for it. I got Miller on the other line.
The main telecommunications center, which may be the center.
You're hearing air, right? You can hear Arnett.
Stay on with you. Stand by, Steve.
Jaco, you can hear Arnett and Holloman, right?
John, we do still
Talk to
hear
me,
you.
Steve. What do you got?
Continue. We do hear you.
I think he's out. Is he
All
out?
right, Dave, thank you.
All right, he's
you know,
back.
When you see your main communications link
Charlie,
to the outside
one of these
world
is
into the
Israel.
bomb, you have to keep checking
Yeah.
in
Is
to
this
make sure
Israel?
we're getting out. We'll go back to the window so
Hold
you can
on.
at least hear.
Where they? I'm sorry, they haven't switched to you. Where they
Wait, I got
sending
a
it to,
drop.
Steve?
Hello?
No,
Blystone
Israel, I had
beeper
a
will be
drop.
available. You have a Blystone beeper available.
Video link to it. We sure won't be anytime soon, but we'll be hours from now.
Yeah, you tell them. They don't seem to know that.
1201 would be good.
Bright red and white flashes.
Stand by Blystone on 1201, Scott. Okay.
Doesn't make sense to me anywhere.
No, just stay on this.
No, everybody-
A plane circling the
What
sky.
has he got to offer, you know?
Hey, controls.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, go get me my
Okay.
notebook and pen.
Dick, are you there? Okay, hang on just a second. Obviously, we're staying with Baghdad for a while.
As I said earlier,
Not yet.
I need the graphics list, please.
I'm going to punch you in so you can...
Fire has slowed down again. What we saw are about 5 bombs dropped in the center of the government part of the city. The gunfire is quietening down again, and the skies are quiet. John? All right, Peter and David back in Washington, as we continue to try to describe this for you as best we can. It's good to have a colleague like Peter Arnett to help out, I'll tell you that. My experience in being under attack is very limited, I'm proud to say. But I think by the time the sun comes up tomorrow, my experience will be much improved in this regard. Our cameraman, Mark Biello, has just come to the window. Mark, you've been taking pictures of all this. What does it look like through your viewfinder?
Eric Mapp.
It's Biello.
Mark Biello.
Kathy. Mark Biello talking. Mark Biello.
Have you got a color? Let me see Rider 13 in preset. All right, thank you.
Damage and also a lot of anti-aircraft batteries there.
No, I don't want it. I'm
It's
not
not
in
the
the news.
White House.
Secured, stand by to start your clock for a 2-minute warning.
Get away from where we are right
Baghdad.
now, which seems pretty interesting
But
to
he's
watch
not
from a
talking now.
reporter's point of view. We might go over to the other side
Save
of the
that
building.
for
As
They
we
might
say,
come
we're
back.
looking out toward the west side of downtown
Jim Miller, be
Baghdad,
aware of
where
Fitzwater
the
in the
airburst
briefing room here
continues.
soon.
Do you want to run over to the other side and just come back and give me a report? See if we should be over there or over here? Peter Arnett's going to go over to the
CD, I
east
don't
side
know
of
if
the
we're going to
hotel.
go to
Look out there,
Fitzwater.
see what
We
he
have such
can
great
see.
shit out
There's
of
still
Baghdad. I
huge
might just have to
airbursts
feed it to you.
visible here. We've seen two
Yes, Jimmy.
major explosions. One near the major telecommunications center. Another one
What's that?
at a location that's not that major communications center, but somewhere else in downtown
Jane
Baghdad.
Maxwell.
We don't know what might have been where that
Steve.
bomb hit. But it
See, we
did appear
want
there
to do
was a
something
bomb.
for Canada. I think this is the time when we got to tell news source that, sorry guys.
Continue to fire.
I mean, you guys make the call out there.
About 35
James.
minutes ago, about 2:30 Baghdad time. Another
No,
huge,
James.
loud burst from the ground. More traces
See, we
going
want
up
to
into
do
the air
Canada if we're not coming
over
to
the
him. I think
city.
you got to start
And,
telling news source, sorry
there's a
guys.
lot of fire going up, and
We're going to Jake. We're going to go to Jaco as soon as this goes away.
Well, you got Fitzwater coming in.
I know
2-minute
that.
warning, start the clock.
Any of the aircraft that are involved in this, not from Iraq.
You got your Fitzwater fonts ready to go.
Jim Miller?
We've seen no sign that any of them have been hit. Peter?
Yeah.
Well, Hello.
David.
What's that, Bob? That's Bob.
Somebody has got to call engineering. I'm hearing myself on the air when I talk on the McCurdy. Huh? You don't?
We haven't seen any hits on any aircraft.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. You don't hear me on the air?
Heard the aircraft. They're not coming in low enough. They're bombing, obviously, from quite a high.
They cannot hear me while their mics are on. Continue to take the Baghdad line while we go to the White House, so you're not missing anything.
Can we do something for news here while we're in Fitzwater?
While we're in Fitzwater, yes.
Get to Fitzwater.
They were supposedly doing.
Dan, are you getting the maps up in Washington and downtown Baghdad? You've got the best map that exists there.
Targets were much smaller, much more
1 minute to Fitzwater.
There's no idea here the extent of what the U.S. multinational force rating will be. We don't know how much of the city of Baghdad has been targeted. We can say now.
No, I've got Dan.
Nothing is landed very near the hotel. Oh, that's sort of like a rocket. Even though there's lots of noise, but the rocket, I think, was going up and not coming out shot. It's really good to have you here, as I've said before. I'm going to check in with Atlanta now with CNN headquarters, see what they can tell us.
Take me to Fitzwater.
John and Peter, we're going to the White House for just a minute. Presidential spokesman Marlon Fitzwater is about to address the nation and therefore the world. He's preparing now to appear at the White House press room, and we're there for him. And we'll be right back to you as soon as we can.
I really don't want CD to lose IFB.
You can see the reporters gathered, some prepared to go live. And Marlon Fitzwater is about to...
I'm not worried about reporter fonts, but we can give it a try.
With his
Here he comes, here he comes.
Pick up the VCPL.
Here he comes.
Stand by, David. Ask Marty Bernard if he can
Farmer, this is Caudell. Ed Turner wants those maps that you guys have fired up. He just told me to tell you guys.
The liberation of Kuwait has begun.
The elimination, is that what it says?
Liberation. Canadian affiliates. I don't want to lose that IFB
under
that
the
I got
code
Jacob
name
on.
Operation Desert Storm to enforce the mandates of the United Nations
Get
Security
graphics
Council.
made up with the word Desert
As of
Storm.
7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time,
That's what you can do.
Operation Desert Storm forces were engaging targets in Kuwait and Iraq. President Bush will address the nation at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight.
Blue Waters
from the
and, well, we're trying to keep
Blue
Waters
Waters
on
and
Baghdad here.
Thank you very much.
Prior, yeah. That's it, he's gone.
Go back to Baghdad.
Well, he didn't know that.
Coming back to you. Coming back to you, John.
The United States will address the nation in a little less than 2 hours from now at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going back to the wire that we have
Not right
to
now,
Baghdad.
Dan. Thank you.
Don't talk, Margaret. We're going back to Baghdad. Don't talk on the 4-wire.
And CNN staffers.
Well, it's official now.
Okay, Peter, we're back. Yes, John, it's clear now that even in the darkness, the thick walls of black smoke are rising from the city, from government buildings, nearly a mile.
Listen, nobody else has what we have right now, and that's Baghdad. I'm not going to White House. I'm not going to Jaco.
Stay here with us.
Give me a font that's got live line, that's got Baghdad audio, and got downtown Baghdad upper left, all in one. Put it in over the map that's in the router 10.
That's true, Peter, and now the entire city of Baghdad has been blacked out. All the lights are just on the very outer periphery of the city.
Go! Do it! Put it on the air. Now, let me see in graphics, 81,827.
Which makes us more visible than we might like to be as a report.
Go ahead and mix it in. Go to it. Let me see on the other side, 81,145. Leave the font in there, please. At least the live line. Thank you.
I know. We're not going to that one.
You're right. Lose the font, Andre. You made the right call.
Peter Arnett and I were able to hear Marlon Fitzwater's statement announcing that again.
Go to the second map.
Very bright flash at a refinery building. It appeared that there were several explosions at once. Near a refinery. I'm going to guess this refinery is 5 or so miles away, but there's much activity on the ground there. What we are seeing, John,
Yes, I know it. Yeah. He can tell us what's going on in the Pentagon right now. Right now, I don't want to leave.
No, not at all.
Nobody else has it. They're all going with their White House guys.
Obviously, they're aimed at destroying that particular refinery. one of several around Baghdad, and a strategic target by the multinational forces. That particular structure, a very large refinery with gray towers.
All right, Miller.
It is illuminated now with frequent.
Jim Miller, send Seaweed to the pool dish.
Eric Gershon,
5-minute rotation.
Josh is helping. It's now Desert Storm. All our graphics are making that
Very tight method involved. We can tell that they know what they're doing by the way the attack is going on. We saw a series of attacks due west of the city from our vantage point, and now we're seeing a lot of activity in the area of this refinery. One thing after another, one bomb is now coming down in the area of this refinery. It is not on fire. Oh, now there's something on fire. That was an explosion fairly near our location.
You want to see what that oil refinery looks like? That was an Iraqi target. That's what he's talking about.
Iraqi targets?
Yeah.
Those are their targets, not our targets.
No, that's the ones we would go to.
Let me see 81, 162, and 17.
161, somewhere. Not on the air. Yes, that's not it. That's not it. All right, that's not it. Those are the 3 oil refineries. I think the one in the middle is the Baghdad. He's certainly talking about an oil refinery.
Dan, is this a map I'm seeing from you? Fine.
Don't take that one in 18.
I'm listening to the news right now. The news is coming out of Baghdad, not out of Blitzer and Beer Bar, Dan. All right. How much control do you have over this camera? Can you zoom in on the presidential palace and then pan to the Ministry of Communications? And then move the camera down to the, see what I'm saying? Make it move. Let me see the move on the air, what it would look like. Go ahead and make the move.
And as we continue to look out the window, we hear more reports from
you're on the floor,
West, as you would look at a normal map. West to the left, east to the right.
West, left, just like you look at a regular map, Scott.
Right, it's supposed to be Lou. You put Lou out there. It's supposed to be Lou and then Cryer, right?
Well, it's Lou and,
yeah.
To keep score on how many of these bombs have come down. The anti-aircraft fire is pretty well stopped at this instant. And you can continue to hear an occasional round go off in the background. Okay, the entire city is now gone black. There were some areas of Baghdad that still had some light on.
Hold it still. Don't move the map. What is that? Take a look at 21 at the map. What does that look like to you? Too small to make out anything?
That's the main part.
Go ahead and put it on the air. Lose the font.
You don't have to report that. We got to watch you guys.
You can zoom in to the air. Zoom into the airport.
Our hotel is in there.
Very gently.
That's what we're going to zoom in.
There it is right there.
Go to the hotel. Move to the hotel.
See where it is, Earl? Right above that nipple thing. Pan right.
Pan right. There you go.
Al Rashid.
Pan right.
Pan right down.
Al Rashid. Pan right. Pan right. Pan right. Pan right. Keep going in. Keep going in.
No, they talked about the television tower. You ought to leave that in.
Stay right where you are. Don't move it. Lay the font in.
I think they're coming back to David French.
Saudi Arabia.
We'd like to go now to South
Back to
Side.
French.
Stand by.
Charles Jaco is standing by
Jaco
the
stuff.
point for what the president has named Operation Desert Storm. Charles Jaco, please.
Are you going to read out?
Go, Jacob. Go.
Charles, can you
Go,
hear me? This is
Jacob.
David
Speak,
French.
Jim.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can, David.
You're
Charles,
on.
we're ready for your report and you're on.
All right, there was a momentary lapse.
What the fuck's going on? Is he just got his hands in?
All right, it's live. It's cool. It's cool.
Let me just read it from you. It was
Parliament,
filed
we're
with the
coming back
Associated
to
Press
you,
and the
all right?
Chicago Tribune. The war with Iraq began early Tuesday morning as a
Parliament,
squadron
can
of
you hear
U.S.
me?
fighter bombers took off from the largest U.S. air base in central Saudi Arabia. They quote an Air Force Colonel Ray Davies as saying, quote,
my pants on now. You think that'd be all right?
That'd be fine. Lou, look at the wires. See what I got to get caught up on, please.
Somebody rolling on Jacob?
You want to ask him if Bernie's okay? Bernie has disappeared as soon as the bombing started.
Is Bernie all right since we haven't seen from him, heard from him since the beginning?
This evening, we did see
At the beginning, I don't know where he is right now, Bob. He may be, on a lower floor of the hotel.
All right, thank you.
The best thing to do is to get the full line going. He hasn't gone outside the hotel. I'm sure the hotel is intact. Everybody's fine.
Thank you. You might want to talk about who's in the hotel and the conditions there.
Reading that map of the private
Military down on the lower floor. He's okay.
It's on the overhead map.
The one that identifies the Rashid Hotel and other
Okay.
We are in Saudi Arabia. There's no further information. Briefings will come from Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia.
Right now, it's our top.
Try to do this as a track down the line right after this. You can have it for headlines.
Okay, Charles.
It's our top
You
guys got to keep it down, okay? I'm fighting a lot of audio from a lot of different sources
Back
here.
to Baghdad, where we have John Holman and the others.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Sorry about that. Okay.
The map's great. The map's great. Use the map. Use the map from DC. The map from DC. It's on satellite.
Even if it's
I'm looking at it back here on receiver 21. There it is in 12.
The view here.
Bob, this airport is not Saddam Hussein Airport. According to Easton, this is a private military airport. It's just so that nobody says that.
There appear to be, well, there was one little explosion that just occurred. Peter?
Bob, here's an updated list of
John, I was just thinking,
Why don't we tell them we're looking at a map so he can describe where they are?
Deadline on the UN ultimatum.
They can't hear
pact.
You could go in tighter to the hotel and lose the airport
They progressed. It was clear
railroad.
here that the authorities seem to be preparing for some kind of action. I'm sure they don't have any kind of advance word. But as I speak to you, the anti-aircraft fire has started up again.
Fucking drunk
and there's
again.
another wave of planes presumably coming in. We have yet to see the bombs fall, but it's the same pattern as the previous at least 3 raids that we have witnessed. John? No idea. The aircraft fire.
What router? I want to see the
We're looking out to the west and we see the tracer bullets going.
Jeannie, it's Fernand.
To the south. And
tell me briefly what you've got to say.
The planes might be high, but the tracer bullets are still going up into the sky, and there's no sign of anything coming down from the sky right now, which for those of us in Baghdad is offering some comfort. But we see these bombs come
Get
down.
Jeannie Mo's fonts ready. Possible I'll come to you. Stand by, please.
What can you tell us if we go to you?
What coverage we can.
Most 23, I believe.
Yes.
Rick Flystone, are you still
Go
there?
ahead.
Look out the window here and continue to
Lou, what you got for me? Talk to me.
Not much, except that French forces are in a high state of alert. They know it's begun. I mean, there's nothing on the wire that we haven't reported.
We don't have any indication at all that these anti-aircraft guns have had much success. Certainly no signs of airplanes in any danger at all. And from what Peter has been able to determine from his experience in this, it appears that the planes are so high that the anti-aircraft fire can't get to them. And that's just something more to report to you tonight. There are a couple of trucks on the street now. We only heard one siren from downtown Baghdad. That's the beginning. Yeah, at the beginning. Bernard Shaw joins us now.
Bernard, voice of Bernard Shaw.
Hello, we're here. The days that we both anchored, you always warned me. Don't ever go on television.
Attack siren in
I'll give you
Iran.
another moment to catch your breath. Well, the reason why I'm winded is that I've just come from the bomb shelter, checking on the people here in the hotel.
I'm not leaving Baghdad. Come on, guys. I don't care about the bomb sirens in
How does it
Tehran.
look down there? Does it look like there's a place of safety and we need
Iran's
it down
being
there?
attacked.
Yeah, just,
We could have Saudi Arabia under attack, David, so be prepared to get me to
Scott Wolfel in Atlanta.
going about their business in a very orderly manner.
Jacob, what are you prepared to tell me?
Say again, I couldn't hear you.
The lobby, of course, because that's
Okay,
like walking.
shopping around to see what else we have. What can you do for us if you need
Certainly go to him.
Broken glass there.
David,
I
get
don't
me
think
to
that's
Jacob
broken,
quickly.
But if anything happens, if a bomb goes off near the hotel, you'll have
They can't hear you. You got to wait for them to
It's very, very
pause.
dangerous.
Open French's mic. Your mic's open. Wait for me.
There's the bulletproof windows. Maybe they're bulletproof, but they weren't to survive an explosion.
That's our net.
The ordnance that they're putting down in this city tonight. Absolutely.
Jim Miller.
It's Shaw. Come on, advance your fonts. Who's listening?
Our colleagues in Washington and our colleagues in Saudi Arabia obviously know a lot more than we know, but we are on the receiving end of it. The skies are dark.
I got blindstone.
Relatively quiet.
CBS is taking us?
This is an interesting psychological...
CBS, huh? Can they do that?
They are affiliates.
It's WAGA Tech.
Barbara, you gotta talk softly. You about blew me out of here.
No, it's something that we need to know about.
He's telling him to get out of here.
Interrupt him. Go to French. Get me to Jaco.
Tell
Stand
Jaco
by.
to stand by.
Do it!
Located out here is where we are. We are on the 9th floor of the Hotel.
Punch him.
Go, Jaco. Go.
Yes, the air raid sirens are just now going off here near these U.S. bases.
Stand by, guys. We're coming back to you.
Camera crews inside right now. We're all preparing to put on our gas masks. We've been told there are sounds of planes overhead. We don't know whose planes there are.
Get him out of there.
Sirens are going off insistently.
Jaco is on the air now.
On both sides of me, we're being told to get off.
Get him out of there.
Take it away. Go back to Baghdad.
But right now,
sign off.
We've been training for this, and it looks like we may have.
Go out of there.
He is in any imminent danger. Of course, we can't know that. He does have.
Could you hear that?
Miller, go if you can still hear me. Get
him all out of there.
If he is going, he is well equipped.
I see it. Jim Miller, get the fuck out of there.
Baghdad and our report.
All right, let's bring him on up. Let's bring him on up, Steve.
Baghdad, please.
Penny Rock.
I'd just like
Arnett.
to locate where we are. We're in the Al Rashid Hotel.
Zoom into the hotel now. Zoom in.
They say the windows are bulletproof.
Go on. Go. Thank you.
Great ringside view of what's been happening here this evening.
Keep going.
The skies have been calm here for the past 10 minutes. There are at least 4 waves of bombs.
Hold it right there.
The refinery, at least one.
Nice, thank you.
Near the airport, there are other military installations that seem to hit. We saw some explosions within a mile of us, maybe a communications center. The skies are indeed calm right now. We don't know if it's this particular stage is over. I have Bernie Shaw here again. Bernie? And Peter, I'm trying to see. Do you know what happened to our set of binoculars? I want to see if we can establish the outline of the TV tower from which we've transmitted all our reports. John, can you see it?
Yeah, let me go back to the window, Bernie. The tower is now dark. It's we saw it lighted, I guess 10 or 15 minutes ago, and it's the fact that.
I think Bernie, if that tower had been hit by now, we would have seen the explosion at the tower. I believe it's probably still intact.
612, very good. I'll do another line and I'll drop you, okay?
Almost near the main telecommunications center.
Go ahead. Go into it. Come on, guys.
No, that's not what he's talking about. He said the main telecommunications center. He just said this wasn't.
Yeah,
we
have him stop.
We believe go through that communications center indicates that
9 p.m. Bush in the Oval Office. What else?
I just want to have one thing.
You got your font over Al Rashid. Pull out.
Pull the map out,
Can I
Bob.
say those things?
Pull the map out a little, Andre.
Why
He's talking about the hotel.
Can we say that?
We are safe here. There has not been
I'll talk to David.
with a mile or two of us.
9 o'clock Eastern
We are some distance from important government targets. And as far as I'm concerned, I've been through a few of these in the past. I think we're safe enough here for the time being. Within a minute, we can get to a shelter downstairs. I'd like to make one comment. It was said that when the U.S. air attack started, all communications would be simply blanked out. We presumed that we wouldn't be able to talk to you like this, but that, whatever that plan was, or whatever that proposal was, or system was, it doesn't seem to have worked, because we still have communication with you. John? I'm wondering why the hotel chooses to turn on all these...
Just tell them war's begun. Be here at 7 in the morning.
Yes. No, dial 27. Can you not dial 27?
The hotel has emergency power, and when the main electricity goes off, as it did...
When I lose these guys in Baghdad, then we'll do all this stuff.
This tracer flying here is going very high, and this guy over the hotel. I've had a sense all along during the initial raid, and then the
You guys just keep setting everybody up. We're not leaving Baghdad. You guys have everybody ready to go when we need them.
So I commented earlier that I think these planes are flying very high. It's basically strategic bombing. That's
All right, tell you what, let's mix it up and start using 17 and 18 with these guys' pictures, all right?
That's our net.
And just put the live bug in with it. Put the live bug in there.
One of them is not the Al Rashid Hotel. We all certainly hope that.
Holloman?
Told by some officials. several weeks ago that
You got Bernie ready if we need it? A Bernie graphic if we need it.
planning our hotel because it is a major, tall, very recognizable building. There's a place that the planes would come to before they turned in one direction. We don't know if that's true or not, but that's what some of our colleagues were told. We've seen no signs of any airplanes around the hotel. Let me describe for you what I see out the window now. More tracer fire from the anti-aircraft guns. Another entire section of Baghdad went dark for about 2 seconds just now, and then the lights came back on, I guess as emergency generators were turned on or as whatever caused the lights to go out was restored. And we continue to see the tracer fire, and off in the distance we can continue to hear what may be the sound of bombs coming down, but there are no very noticeable explosions that I...
You can be honest. You get a beeper. 1204. Yeah, Scott's got who's it going to be?
Who is it going to be?
Who's talking to Duran unilaterally? I was.
That's Bernie.
Who will it be? John Sweeney from Riyadh on 1204.
Okay, he's not on there yet.
Full screens to match all of those. You can develop to them. They've got a list.
We can get out and see what has
My checklist.
Right. Daybreak is only 4 hours
Lost
away.
it completely. Lost it.
Subscribers with moving video.
I'll tell you, in my conversations with the people of Baghdad, they've always said, oh, we had all these
Can you hear program?
It's
325.
After telling the people who I spoke with. You know, the American coalition forces have bombs much stronger than the ones that came during the
Yeah, we don't know what they are yet.
I have a feeling that when dawn breaks here in Baghdad, the Iraqis are going to have a whole different level of feeling and potential respect for the
Riyadh's ready on beeper.
Let's check in with Atlanta just for a moment.
John Sweeney in Riyadh.
Sweeney in Riyadh.
Sweeney beeper font. Sweeney beeper font.
Going to Sweeney in Riyadh. I don't care what you used to get there. Where's the Riyadh map?
Beeper zero. Rest of the nation at 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be carrying that.
We want to be able to see everybody.
Give me a 2962. 2962.
Cheney with Joint Chiefs man Colin Powell.
It's on beeper zero. You got to put it to air now.
He's ready.
A report from Riyadh where our John Sweeney is waiting. Please come in.
Please come in.
In Riyadh, the official military
Next, Mr. Richard Blystone.
26-186.
Blystone's next. Put him on a standby.
Air raid sirens.
You look at fonts for me, all right?
Went off. They're still going off at this time. We have no visual
Put the live in, yes.
incoming artillery or missiles.
Blystone Live will be next, you guys.
We can report that the air raid sirens are going off. The military, as I say, has been silent. About 2 hours ago, we heard a huge noise, and it was confirmed that 4 KC-135
You guys still there?
super tankers had left the air base.
Yeah, this is Alec. I'm with Bernard.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to go to talking head when I got people out with the Warriors.
I don't have a
We got a long night, okay? We'll need all these people, Dan.
Refuel the
You got...
which presumably could be
your reporters.
RC, the island of Diego Garcia.
Is he ready?
John Sweeney,
Going-
thank you. We're moving
standing
on.
by.
We
He is.
also
He's ready.
heard from Charles Jaco at his point.
I don't know. Let me get what's going on.
You got- you're right.
Air base that there was an air raid underway and he was being taken to shelter. Richard Blystone
Go to
is
the
in
split.
Jerusalem now. Richard.
Thumbs up.
Go.
Richard Blystone is standing by in Jerusalem. Probably a little difficult to hear. Richard, please come in.
I hear you fine, David.
All right. Do you want Blackwell, the military guy, ready in Washington?
Yes.
No, I'm going back to
All right,
Baghdad.
this
I'm
is Peter
sorry.
Kendall. When do you...
I want him at some point, but not now.
Have everybody ready to go to air at any moment.
The Israeli government, of course, does know about it. The Prime Minister says he has been informed.
That's after Bush. Bush is at 9.
There is no sign whatever that Iraq has...
Make sure they know. After Bush at 9
has or
comes
is
Cheney and
making
Powell.
good on this threat. If war breaks out, it will send missiles and or bombers against Israel. As I ran down here about a half an
Hold
hour
on.
ago from my
Mose,
hotel
stand by, but I
right
want you to be real brief. David, get me to Jeannie Mose at the UN next.
Police cars with blue lights
Real quick,
flashing.
because you're right.
The
Nobody
radio
has
here
Baghdad.
now
Nobody.
is
Look up there.
Nobody's got video. CNN
I know, they're
Live.
talking heads.
Give him a rap. Give him a rap.
Wrap it.
I'm saying they don't have it now. So I don't want to stay away from it.
You're going to UN, Jeannie Mose.
Of course, we want to know too. We're going to New York at the UN, where Jeannie Mose is standing by and has been.
Got the split.
tapping all
Be
that
brief.
we've had to say. Jeannie.
The Secretary General of the United Nations.
I'm on to Baghdad. I'm on to Baghdad.
Right now, watching TV.
Hi, Aaman. Nice to hear your voice.
Hey, darling, how you guys holding up?
Wait a minute, what?
We're doing great. All the lights have gone out in Baghdad now. We should probably report that as soon as we can. Atlanta, you listening?
No. John, I'm coming to you. Don't go away. Stay close to me, please. I need to be talking on IFB 19. Please don't compete with me. David Baghdad.
You bet, Tom. We're happy to serve.
Coming back to you, John. Coming back.
Sorry, Bob. Did you hear him?
No, what?
He's got something to report. Holloman has something to report.
Okay. Stand by, John.
Okay. Thank you, Jeannie Most. At the United Nations, the place for...
Going to Holloman, Baghdad. Get the little live bug in when you do. Put the bug in now and leave it in. Don't take it out. The live bug.
Something has changed, David.
Put the live, leave the live bug in over French, too.
From everything we can tell, my colleague Bernie Shaw is with me as we look out.
Get ready for Bernie's picture, please, in 18.
And even though it's pitch black, for some curious reason, the emergency lights are working here at the hotel.
Line,
But I can definitely
That's Bernie.
see smoke.
The second Washington
Yeah,
line.
do you see that flicker of light out there? Yeah, there's a pallor of smoke over the whole city, Bernie.
That's Holloman.
Several explosions, pretty big explosions, maybe 5 or 10 miles
But sure,
away
you
from
got to
where we were
monitor
standing
air and keep
a little
the
bit earlier
front.
this evening in the attack, and there's been a lot of smoke from that. And also, don't forget that early morning fog that we were talking about early this morning, it's about the time for that fog to begin to roll in again. So,
well, I know the people here in the ground are praying for fog. It was very thick. Our charter could come in yesterday morning, and I know they must be praying for fog. I want to go back to a description. When this first happened, when this burst upon us, I was trying to come up on the air and so that we did get out.
Nobody's got that.
To describe for you, ladies and gentlemen, what that looked like against a canopy of a black sky. It was like the fireworks finale on the 4th of July at the base of the Washington Monument. Peter,
Next
you're
time
chuckling,
that
but that to me is
Baghdad
not an
throws it back
exaggeration.
to you, go to Beer Bar at the White
I'm
House.
chuckling with nervousness, Bernie, no, but the reason you made a comment a little earlier about the fog. I don't think the fog is going to help Baghdad. You mentioned earlier. These American planes are exactly where they are.
I think Aaman can too, Bob.
Aaman can too.
All right,
I'm going to go out there. I should toss the beer back to make sure nobody's on out there. I'll try and talk to the this information, which I'll give you later.
Well, I can tell them to cut it off if you want them to cut it off.
I'm going to do this conducting show at a time certain. So we appreciate
Who's Blystone talking to?
You, Atlanta.
He said, I need you to kill the speaker out there for Baghdad. Kill the speaker for Baghdad tonight. Put on your mic for a few minutes. Speak me on your mic. Turn it down just a little bit.
Quiet.
What does Blystone have?
Don't understand, Bob.
Kill your speaker on Baghdad on McCurdy. Ed wants to talk to them when they get off, and he doesn't want it heard in the newsroom.
What line? What line? What line, Dick?
I don't know that there's a way of doing that.
Just turn the speaker down on the McCurdy.
Fine.
I see.
No, stand by, Penny. I don't give a shit. We're not going to Oman yet. Let's solve this problem in Jerusalem. Find out what phone they dialed into.
My head as far down as I can. All my friends have
Understood.
given me
Is that
advice
line
on what to do.
established?
Will you
Please go back to the 81 145.
I know that. I got him.
Don't worry about names.
Maybe even a truck.
Okay, Dick.
Yeah, a truck. And it's down on the
Dick.
road below.
Go ahead.
The July the 14th bridge.
Thank you.
That goes across in the area where the United
As you
States
can imagine, it's a
Embassy
little hectic. Try to get
get
another line through. If you have anything to offer, hold up a sheet of paper. I'm looking at you now. Keep it brief, okay?
Spend as much time on that.
I'm listening to you when I can.
More than 1 hour before we start. It was about 10. Is that right? I've been walking more than an hour.
What is James government vehicles down there doing some damage assessment, but the skies and
As soon as they stop again, you go to French and then to Beer Bar.
Very soon we should check back with our colleagues and see what else they can tell us about what's going on. Before we get away from Baghdad, I just want to say if you are just joining CNN anywhere in the world, we are reporting on the 3rd. Was it the 3rd wave, Peter Arnett? Probably 4 or 5. We are reporting on the 4th or 5th wave of bombing runs and
Say again on the Royal
action on the ground of Iraqi
What has he got to say?
I'm asking right now. Say again on the Royal Palace, Peter.
From Saudi Arabia that were reported on CNN earlier.
The Royal Palace is what?
Direction, but it has been just been quiet here for about 20 minutes. It seems that this initial raid is
Audio's on 6.2.
suggestion and go back to Atlanta now, just in case our colleagues on the network have more
I don't care
information
for that.
Okay, I'll stand by at this
John
point.
Holloman at the Al Rashid Hotel in Baghdad. Of course, we'll be back to you and thank you very much for your reports. We're happy to see that
Baghdad, this is two messages for you. One, the highest possible source of the State Department advises under no circumstances should you go to any military installation, particularly airports. Number two, the reporting of your eyewitness is so accurate. The CIA is amazed and appalled, and it could lead to a direct attack on the hotel. Please be less specific.
They're beginning a sense of justice.
Do not use the Riyadh map again, or the Baghdad map showing the hotel. Get back to the 81827.
Okay, we'll be talking about us being less specific about our location or less specific about the directions east, west, and so forth.
Have French get me to Blystone. Tell Blystone to keep it brief.
Outside, your eyewitness accounts of
French to Blystone to Jerusalem.
14th of July.
Blystone next.
Wrap it.
Blystone next.
I see. All right. Well, the reason we've been here for a long time, and we put maps up so we'd be right on this, Ed. What's your advice? Your advice, not the government.
And Richard Blystone.
As best you can, be a little more general. That it's to the east, it's to the west, it's several miles away, that sort of thing.
Control, this is Supervisor. Anybody listening?
Just as a point of interest,
No map.
I think the Iraqis should
No
be more
map that
concerned
shows
about
the hotel on the air. You hear
from
me?
the CIA. I think they're very lucky to have us target spotting for them.
Listening to the radio.
And they've got already their targets designated. We're not saying what they're going to hit. We're just saying what they're hitting. But
Stand James by.
I can't get IFB.
Come on.
Go ahead, go ahead. 19. I gotta go back to stand by. Go back to Baghdad. Stand by, please.
To break out their gas mask kits and have them nearby. We're going back now to Baghdad.
Aaman, do you hear me? Doug, do you hear me?
Baghdad maps, folks. There we go.
Yes,
Bernard
Peter.
Shaw,
What IFB is he? What
It's
IFB
Bernie.
is he on?
I'm just crouching down here.
Use what's in 17.
To get a better
We're going to have to punch us through on the
point of
floor.
observation.
If we punch through on the
The sky over Baghdad is black. You can hear an occasional truck or car go by. But you wouldn't know that there's lights outside these windows.
Penny,
Peter.
We no longer see
Penny.
tracer bullets.
listen up,
We
everybody.
can tell
I'm
that
going to transfer.
Blystone's
off in the
calling
distance.
for you.
Fine.
It is eerily quiet right now. There's a very cool breeze blowing through the window here, and we are sweating in more ways than one. Peter Arnett is here. John Holman is here. You know what occurred to me? I didn't get that tonight.
We're going to lose this phone here in a minute, all right? I'm going to transfer.
We have put in stores of supplies here with the fish and crackers and lots of water. Now this is going to be a short war. As
What's the map that B Control showed you? Is that too busy? Probably is, isn't it?
That's a map of the whole.
Stand by.
Had a very difficult time.
That's Holloman, guys.
We have in-house already.
Just stay on the map, please.
MOS reaction.
Don't even try and do those.
MOS reaction to war we have in-house. From San Francisco, just got it.
All right, well, when it's cut, let me know. All right, I'll pick it up.
There are no signs of anti-aircraft.
Well, I've got you on the line, guys.
Dial 2741.
4 weeks ago, there was a major drill in Baghdad.
Next time you
Stand by, I'm trying.
And they were like out one side of the
I know that. I know that.
Do
I'm
not
going to pick up
leave
a
the
few
other
as I
side.
get rid of her.
do it very
They're not in the
The
target
Iraqi
zone,
government is so
but
well
close enough.
organized.
Do not leave the other side, it'll be all right.
It's just singular to me.
right.
It took them nearly an hour to black out the city.
Now, let me tell you right now that if you're not assigned to this hour, your production or operations, and the person who's assigned to this hour is here, get out. I need you rested for tomorrow. If you're scheduled for now, be here. Charlie, you're here.
I'm gone.
It's my hour tomorrow.
Get some rest.
Bye.
Try to relax. Suzanne Spurgeon.
Spurgeon, where's Spurgeon? Spurgeon, get in here, please.
Is this her arm?
Spurgeon's hour is, no, it's, Spurgeon is at 8 o'clock, but we've got her, right now it is, Natalia. Natalia Ferguson, yes, you have Natalia Ferguson, and you have, no, you have Natalia, and you have Rena Gold.
Somebody get a war book. Stay here. McCure, stay here. Did they get a war book and get it
You're generally the 8 o'clock war producer, right? Okay.
Try redialing.
At 8 o'clock, come on in.
You'd be ready to relieve her at 8.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I need a staffing list.
If the Iraqis, if the coalition had wanted to destroy Baghdad, they would certainly have been able to do a lot more than they did here. And we don't know, of course, what's going on in Kuwait right now. We won't know that we've somebody there from government of the United States, or coalition officials in Saudi Arabia.
I wonder if we should go back to Saudi Arabia.
I tell you what, you have got in 6
Vietnam situation where you would have bombing and then an assessment, hope for a political move on that hand. I thought it was all going to come at once. In fact, on the very distant horizon, we can see the sky lit up with bright, seemingly bright yellow, I hesitate to say explosions. It's light. It seems to me that planes are pounding targets possibly 15 to 20 miles south of here. Bernie?
Well, of course we should label our speculation for what it is. It's going to be daylight here in about 3 hours, and we'll have a much better idea. And of course, in less than 90 minutes, President Bush will be speaking from the White House, and we'll have a specific idea of United States intentions.
I think all of us, Peter, Bernie, and I all feel that because we are in Baghdad, we're the middle of the story. And I think probably from certainly the aspect of the red, yellow, and orange pictures that you're going to be seeing on television tomorrow, if we can get them out, most of them will come from here. But we should again check in with our colleagues around the network to see what else we can find out about this. Here we go. We'll go back to the rest of CNN. Go ahead, fellas.
Thank you very much, John and Bernie and Peter, reporting from the Al Rashid Hotel in Baghdad, where Operation Desert Storm has struck with
Blitzer next,
forces. And for that update, we'll go now to the Pentagon and Wolf Blitzer.
Nice, Dan.
David, Pentagon officials say it should have come as no surprise that this attack started tonight. They say that the United States wanted to start the attack at night. There are specific targets for almost 5.5 months. The United States has outlined virtually every strategic target in Iraq and occupied Kuwait. The U.S. airstrike is almost certainly designed to begin with stealth fighters, the F-15Es, the F-16s, as well as the
I don't have Holloman yet.
Cruise missile.
Ask him if he's there. Ask Holloman if he's there.
John, before you come back on, are you there?
Now, as well as the Wisconsin.
The advice from Washington is do not leave where you are. Remain there.
9 o'clock Eastern Time. Both Defense Secretary Dick Cheney as well as
if it's starting up again.
Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff will come here.
Is it starting up again, John?
Yes, sir.
Let's go back to him.
Coming back to you.
Get ready.
Back to Baghdad.
Listen to me in graphics.
Going back to Baghdad.
Get the map on the left. As soon as we clear the split, get Holloman's thing up in 18 when we clear the split.
As soon as we were confident that the skies were going to stay dark for a while.
You got him in 18 if you want that.
I can't hear air. You got that up too loud, Charlie, please.
To the west of central Baghdad, and we don't know how far to the west. But
use the map that's in preset. Just keep the live bug in it.
Some of the sounds of these explosions just for a moment, or at least the anti-aircraft pilot is going with it. It's like a rumble, almost like an earthquake sort of a sound. A giant diesel engine revving up off to the west of our position. The sky is filled with tracers. Bernie, show.
So far behind on these specific
Hold on, let's let our viewers hear what's happening. Yeah, okay, we're going to let you listen to the anti-aircraft pilot and the sound of these bombs falling here in Baghdad.
Doesn't work for this, but thank you. Yes.
Is he
ready?
The intensity of the Iraqi anti-aircraft fire is not as great as it was an hour ago.
Why don't you rehearse it? We'll take 5 minutes and rehearse it with him, all right?
Lead, John, is that there doesn't seem to be any surface-to-air missiles going up. Now, whether these were knocked out in early strikes, I don't know. But the Iraqis do have several hundred SAMs that are capable of knocking down any aircraft up there.
And clearly the Iraqis could be holding their SAMs in advance. Yeah, that's a possibility. We had heard from a briefing that we got some months ago that there were 2 surface-to-air missile strikes in the area, and it's one of those things that
we got to find the Saudi map.
Officials are probably not wanting us to talk about, but the government of Iraq is certainly doing what it can here to fight.
I can't hear you.
I don't know if the Defense Department cares, but the government of Iraq probably is concerned about us talking about information. I want to point out that anything we're gleaning basically is from U.S. news media and experts.
Is he ready? Do you need to rehearse it?
We haven't been allowed
all right, fine. Tell French that's the next place he goes, all right?
Thank you. Listen, we drop a bomb and bring it
Washington takes it. It's French to Blackwell.
we're doing that. We're trying to reestablish phone contact with
Andre, give me a thumbs up.
Dick, you got something? Dick, what do you got? Talk to me.
Correct me, there's the last hour to the north, south, east, and west. There has been enormous activity, and now we hear planes actually going over here.
Yeah, well, I'll see if I can see anything. All right. There's a plane nearby. Bernie, you can see something?
Right, it's broken out on either side of us here at the hotel, and I'm just going to be quiet and let you listen.
Baghdad's getting heavy. Stand by.
Jesus, there's only coming in. This is a 744.
Do we still have Jim Miller on the phone?
Tell Bob about caution if we lose audio.
David, it's got to get it again.
Steve.
And we can hear
David, are you there?
flying overhead now. And
Where did you hear this about Iraq? We do not have Miller.
we see some bright orange flashes off in the distance here on the horizon in Baghdad. And again, the sky is filled with traces from the anti-aircraft weapons as they go up.
Make up a font that says Jim Hickey, full correspondent. Your locator is Saudi Arabia.
Several planes came right over the hotel.
It would be a beeper. We do it over a map.
But anybody who's seen the other side of the hotel,
Checking out the other side of the hotel, and it's equally intense on the other side.
Okay,
And
David's
clearly,
report,
this is the most
Saudi Arabia
intense
has heard
exchange we've had so far, and that was really targeted.
Where is he? It's a rumor?
20 miles away, he was going to head down.
No, that's a rumor.
We're seeing the Duran Pool.
You see him?
Okay. Peter, you've seen major military attacks in the past, and you're our
Poolfeet just came back up from Dhahran,
in Vietnam. I'm sure it got much worse than this many times while you were there, didn't it?
I don't think anything in Vietnam was momentous. Is this land sea and air armada that is assembled in Saudi Arabia off the coast? I believe there's more aircraft, attack aircraft, than at any point in the history of the world. Right now it seems that they're all coming at Baghdad, but of course they're not. We don't know about targets anywhere else in Iraq or in Kuwait. We are limited here to looking out our window and trying to interpret the skies and the flashes in the skies. John?
Right, Iraqi
Monitor that over there, Charlie.
Receiver 4. And give us information from the Iraqi government's point of view.
Don't lose that. Whatever you do, don't lose
I
that.
think we're pretty well convinced in at least the level of ministers in the government that there was going to be an attack sometime in the near future, but they didn't, I don't think the government people anticipated it would come this quickly.
Keep that
Well, the next attack came and left as fast as it came.
Stand by.
The planes have left the vicinity, and the anti-aircraft...
Is that an airbase? Saudi airbase for the locator on Hickey.
I just come back from the other side. I'm really wearing out trousers here, crawling on my knees and hands. But it occurred to me that, gentlemen, does it occur to you that it is not accidental that we are still reporting to the world? It may not be, but I'm sure the Iraqis are full of blood on it. I'm sure the Americans...
I need a blitzer tick-tock. When did the attack begin? What came down? What planes went in first? Is that what Blackwell's going to do?
Word put out.
Fine.
This government has
All right, fine. You want to tell Master Control that I'm trying...
In fact, he expressed anger that some of the press had left. He said the international press says it covers human rights. It should be here to see what the United States, the multinational force, is going to do. Now, I don't see any government officials around here tonight to assist us, but they have said that we can work here, and up to now, this has to be unique. It has to be unique that we are continuing to cover this story, to talk to you, despite a series of major impact bombing raids.
Before we go back to our colleagues along the network, I would say, in reaction to what you said, that I think government officials have too much sense to be where we are right now. Let's go back to Atlanta. Here we go.
Very much, gentlemen. We'll be back with you. Operation Desert Storm is now 1 hour and
you going to
18
Blackwell?
minutes old. The President of the United States is going to address the nation at 9
all right?
o'clock, and we'll be hearing from the folks at the Pentagon right after that. Our colleague James Blackwell from the Center for Strategic and International Studies is now with us to talk a bit about the logistics of what is happening on the battlefield. Mr. Blackwell.
David,
stand by.
the pattern of the bombing, as has been reported by Bernard Shaw and John Holloman, in fact, they're serving as quite excellent scouts. They're doing a heroic effort. I'd want to have them in my cavalry unit any day, the way they're going right now, indicates to me a pattern. While it's far too early to judge from here what's going on in the rest
When
of
you guys need to go back on, you yell at me,
yes?
yes?
A pattern of strategic bombing.
Okay, Bob, we'll take a break, have a swig or two of water here, and clear our palates. We'll let you know.
No, don't break. You go when I tell you to go.
Aman's not ready yet.
I heard you, Dan. I heard you.
Are being struck at the same time.
Aman's not ready. I'll have him ready in a second.
Statement said that,
tell me when I can talk to him. Tell me when I can talk to him.
Are you going to go into the map, or
Are you going to go into the map, or are we going to stay live the whole time?
I doubt there will be a pause to allow Saddam Hussein to capitulate. I think this exhibits a pattern of a very serious war.
Let's go to French and French get the beer power. Go to beer bar at the White House.
Can I talk to
him?
him?
You got it. You got it. Don't worry.
They got to make the switch in
D.C. I know, but is he ready to listen to me?
You have a card or anything? You don't have any way to do it?
And can't
put their guard down.
The low rumbling sound is probably 2,000-pound bombs coming from B-52s.
All right, James Blackwell, thank you very much. We'll be back.
Literally, give me a thumbs up. Put your thumbs up right now. Thank you. Stand by. We might want to come on for a minute with that information that you just
Who? Doug James,
yeah. On IFB. He's in Amman. He's on IFB. Don't worry about it.
Is he here?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 weeks.
No, he's in 10 already.
10 4 drafts.
Doug James in Amman. Doug James in Amman. You hear me, Dan?
What is indicative of this kind of approach by the president is that this has been a process that is building. Mr. Fitzwater said decisions have been made. The decision to launch the attack today. Indeed, the spokesman says that the president has had 5.5 months to prepare for this. And so what we've also heard from a number of people in the White House is that George Bush was amply prepared to use force almost from day one back in August when the attack on Kuwait itself was launched. The president, at a little before 7 o'clock, was in the Oval Office with some of his key advisors. He was watching the reports coming out of Baghdad from ours and other reporters there. The view was that this was happening exactly as scheduled rather. At 7 o'clock, he told his spokesman, Marlin Fitzwater, to go out and announce it. The president was described as calm and matter-of-fact. Prior to 7 o'clock, in the hour between 6 and 7, he called the congressional leadership to inform them of the actions he has taken. He has placed a number of calls to other world leaders. We don't know exactly who yet. That also took place in that same 6 to 7 o'clock time frame. So again, we will hear a speech that has been largely crafted by George Bush himself in anticipation of the action that he was going to call for this evening. David?
Charles, thank you very much. Of course, a very nervous part of the world also is in Jordan. We remember that Saddam Hussein threatened that if he was attacked, he would attack Israel. And of course, lying between the two places is Jordan. Doug James reports now from Amman. Doug,
we've been told that Jordanian...
Go ahead, Doug.
Sorry. We've been told that Jordanian officials, like many others, learned first of the attack on Kuwait and Iraq by watching CNN. The average person here, of course, does not get CNN and so far has not heard of this attack. There will be a radio announcement in about 7 minutes' time and then a television announcement over Jordanian state television at 10 o'clock local time. The only reaction so far from Jordanian officials is that the attack has taken them by surprise. They said they were led by the State
IFB 19 and not here and here. That's because Doug James is on it.
And what response Israel might have to that. This is Doug James reporting live from Aaman Jordan. I just had a report from the pool reporter in Aaman. Reports that he believes that coming into Zafran now are missiles. That is a large Saudi
oil town on the coast in the eastern province. Once again, the pool reporter from Dhahran in Saudi Arabia believes that he hears incoming missiles. Now let's return to Baghdad. We have 3 reporters in the Al Rashid Hotel.
Rob is ready. He doesn't have much to offer.
Bernie and Peter are here. Just as you came to it, the skies lit up again with anti-aircraft fire. All right, we're going to let you hear it.
Have been watching Channel 5.
Yes. Go to Blitzer when you have an opportunity. Acknowledge that, David. Thank you.
No, you're not going to take it away while this is...
No.